Hi, this is Roy Perez. I'm SC Media's Community Manager. We're here today with Ed Tucker, who is HMRC's Head of Cybersecurity. Ed, are you able to give us a very rough idea of the process you had to go through in order to implement DMARC?
Sure. So the first step really is discovery, and that's understanding what email domains you have across the board, and then understanding where email from those domains originates. So traditionally you'll think that all your email will originate from your Exchange servers going out, but naturally organisations will use third-party mail providers to send bulk emails on their behalf, whether it's marketing emails or nudge emails, or you really need to understand where those emails come from. The next aspect from there is understanding which of those emails that purport to be from a domain, so in our case hmrc.gov.uk, which ones should remain on that domain and which should really sit in a subdomain of their own right. So you've got a nice cleaner domain structure and a nice cleaner flow for where your emails come from. When you have that in place, you can then start to build in your SPF record. So SPF basically defines which email servers are allowed to send emails on your behalf. Alongside that, you want DKIM, which essentially ensures the integrity of the emails. And at the back end of it, you want the DNS public record for DMARC that initially you'll put in monitor mode. So you'll put it against the domain that you want, but you'll have it as an action for ESPs that it won't actually delete the emails. It will just monitor them and allow them through. So a P equals none. Once you've got your SPF record and your domain alignment really nailed down, so you're really happy with what's going in and out of it and what isn't, then you can start to ramp that up into either quarantine mode or reject mode. And reject mode essentially tells a receiving email service provider that if your email, or if an email purporting to be from, in our case hmrc.gov.uk, doesn't pass SPF and doesn't pass DKIM, then it is to reject the email and not deliver it to the customer. Sounds easy. Isn't always.
What were the biggest challenges you faced in implementing DMARC?
We had something that really helped us in that we had a business area within HMRC that was sending bulk emails to customers, perfectly legitimate ones around education campaigns, and the delivery rates for those emails were really quite poor. And then the opening rates were even lower still. And they were trying to understand why, and us knowing a lot about email actually had a look for them and saw that effectively they were spoofing a domain, legitimately in this case, but because of the raft of abuse against that domain, they were effectively being treated as fraudulent email by a lot of kind of providers that were receiving those emails. What we took them through essentially was to put them onto a subdomain, SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and we saw the delivery routes, levels for those emails go up into the high 90%. And we showed that DMARC isn't just there to prevent fraudulent emails, it's also there to legitimise your genuine emails. So that big success story in terms of enabling their emails to have much more of an impact really sold the story. So security as an enabler was a real big thing for DMARC, and then it was just a case of explaining the scale of the threat to our customers in terms of abuse of HMRC domains, which is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, we talked about it with IT professionals within HMRC and they kind of got it, but actually when we had a visit from Lynn Homer, who was at the time effectively the CEO of HMRC, literally a very quick run through, she got it immediately and said, yeah, we are doing that.
Can you tell us what the outcome of implementing DMARC was, and are there any next steps?
We've been able to see this year a reduction in phishing emails purporting to be from hmrc.gov.uk by 300 million, which is quite a big number. So a real positive impact in that sense. We have seen the last 2 years, 2014, 2015, those figures be about $500 million, but now with DMARC in reject mode, all of those, any purporting or spoofing hmrc.gov.uk will fail. They will be rejected by ESPs, apart from the odd tiny ESP that doesn't adhere to DMARC, but those figures will be in single figures kind of numbers. What that does is it forces a change of criminal behaviour. So it forces them to use more spurious email domains. You will never put to bed phishing in its entirety. It's too lucrative a business, and if you're a large, well-known brand, which HMRC is, they will always want to use that brand to try and induce your customers to giving away their details. That's just the nature of the beast. You have to force them into more spurious methods that give your customers a far better chance of spotting those fraudulent emails. Our next task then is rolling it out to every domain that we own. We've already rolled it across numerous part domains like hmrc.co.uk, hmrc.com to prevent anyone from spoofing them. It's just all the domains we have left which are hardly abused at all, but it's just good practice to roll them out. And then really sell DMARC to as many people as we can. Not sell it in terms of it costs you money and we've got something to sell, but sell the fact that it is a positive impact in protecting customers and also in legitimising your own email. So you can actually start maximising the use of email again.